Sure, we all know that Kalantisa Power Station is the first ever thermal power station in Sri Lanka, which started its operations in 1964 with those steam turbines of 25 megawatts capacity, each running on furnace oil. But last year, January 2022, operations at the Kalantisa Power Station, which generates 300 megawatts of electricity, have been halted completely, says the Ceylon Electricity Board.
These power cuts are expected across the region, and Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has now been asked to provide fuel stocks to the power plant, but the process of resuming the power generator is likely to take hours, leaving people affected by the power outage and a large located on the outskirts of the capital Colombo. This power plant is Sri Lanka's first ever thermal power station, functional since 1964.
To conclude, the lawmaker revealed that 10,000 metric tons of fuel of this shipment, which is sufficient for 8 days, would be provided to the CEB for power generation. Thousands of Sri Lankans on July year 2022 marched in the capital on Thursday to urge the government to halt its crackdown on demonstrations against an unprecedented economic crisis that has engulfed the Indian Ocean nation for months.
Trade union and civil rights activists, university students, and others marched in the streets and then joined a rally in Colombo, condemning the government's moves to intimidate protesters and its failure to ease people's economic woes.
Farmers raised concerns about the matter. They requested all relevant parties to call off the planned protest march, as it could undermine the measures that are being taken to resolve the current economic crisis.
Thousands stormed the president's residence in July, forcing then President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to flee and later resign. Carl, the southeast monsoon activation has been intensifying rainfall in Sri Lanka from August 1 to August 8 year 2022, where the northern, central, western, southern, and Sabaragamuwa provinces of Sri Lanka have been affected.
According to the Disaster Management Center or DMC situation report, as of 8 August 2022, over 15,000 people and 4,000 families have been affected across 10 districts. Further, several landslides, rockfalls, and collapse of retaining walls have been reported in the Nuwara, Ilaya, and Kandy districts, blocking the rail line and main roads at several places. A number of houses were affected due to flooding in Nuwara Ilaya district. Flooding was also reported in the Ratnapura district, cutting off access roads at several places where people were stranded or had to wait until water levels recede.
Overall, more than 5,380 people have been displaced to 36 evacuation centers, and at least 56,630 persons have been affected. In the year January 2022, never before had the Himalayan nation Nepal, with a 29 million population, faced such as a severe economic crisis, both on the external and internal fronts, as it is facing today.
Is Nepal going through an economic crisis? A decision by Kathmandu has made the world set up and take notice. Nepal's government has banned the import of luxury items, things like cars, cosmetics, and gold. Why did Kathmandu restrict these imports? Nepal's foreign currency reserves are deflating rapidly, and they have dropped by more than 16% in 7 months.
To conclude, in February year 2022, this stood at less than $10 billion. That's only sufficient for 6.5 months. Nepal's Finance Minister Henasan Sharma says there is no reason to worry, but questions are still being raised. Early morning on November 9, 2022, an earthquake of 6.6 magnitude struck Doti district in the far western part of Nepal.
According to the reports, the epicenter was in Kaptejana rural municipality of Doti district. The shock was felt strongly in the adjoining district as well as in some parts of India. According to the data from the government of Nepal, 6 people were killed and 8 were injured. In the evening of 12 November, another strong earthquake was felt in Bajang district. As of 14 November, affected people are living in the open and are in urgent need of emergency shelter, as well as improved access to water, sanitation, and hygiene, psychosocial support, and protection services.
Nepal is still rebuilding after 2 major earthquakes that have happened, and it destroyed the whole towns and also centuries that caused $1 billion to blow to their economy. November 20, Sunday, Nepali voters will vote for elected seats in the House of Representatives and provincial assemblies. This will be the second HORNP election since the promulgation of Nepal's constitution in 2015, which initiated the country's decentralization process.
The 2022 HOR and PE elections and the local elections held in May 2022 follow years of political instability that included the COVID-19 period and a vote of no confidence against former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli following his 2 failed attempts to dissolve the parliament. The elections provide an opportunity for voters to elect their government leaders, particularly for over 2 million Nepali youth who are eligible to vote for the first time in 2022.
सञ्चालन गर्न प्रतिबद्ध पद्धतिलाई तुल्याउँदै हामी जान सबै प्रतिबद्ध हुन आवश्यक छ.
Overall, in the federal elections last year, 2022, the Nepali Congress proved to hold the popularity card. The Communist parties suffered a slight setback in the 3 tiers of the elections. Several alliances were formed and broken, and it was as if the communist emergence had faced significant turbulence within their own community.